if you can hear my fan, I do apologize. It is like day 200 of heat torture where I live. I swear that my house is on top of Hades. I'm not even kidding. Anyways, hi, you guys. I just spent the last hour and a half driving in my car with music cathartically loud. And upon getting closer to home, I wanted to tap into spirit because I was planning to sit down to do a reading for you guys for this weekend or for whenever you're watching this. And a song came on. I'd never heard it before. It was like a drum and bass kind of vibe. And it was talking about a mousetrap. And that's when I realized that that was spirit tapping in with the energy that wants to be expressed at this time through a reading. And spirit started to then give me a little bit more details. I heard the words, "there is a rat." And the mouse trap is actually referring to a rat trap. Okay, and we're not talking about actual mice and rats here. All right. It is referring to somebody within the collective at this time that is dealing with this kind of like rat energy. And it's almost as if I heard you say, "there's a rat amongst us." And after I heard that, I heard my spirit crew's response to that. And it was, this is something that you need to be fearless about. And that, yes, there needs to be some kind of like trap set in order to stop this rat from creating even more destruction. Okay? So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and tap in with cards. I'm going to turn the camera around to the table now. But I wanted to come on here and at least share that much with you guys face to face to let you know and get like a vibe going with what this reading is going to entail. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so it's going on nighttime here as I'm recording this, so I do apologize about the lighting. But you know what? We're doing the best that we can over here on Spirit and Sarai. So if it bothers you, I'm sorry. And feel free to click away if it annoys you that much. So I'm going to go ahead and tap in with the celestial sights, thank you, to try to see what I can get out of this situation that is popping in at this time. We have commitment. Commitment is the key to long-term success. Are you hesitating to make a decision? Okay. Community to a path. No, commit fully. Community to a path. Interesting. Community to a path. That's how I read that. But what it really says is commit fully to a path. And you'll see results of your dedication. Can I read tonight? I don't know. We'll see. But, okay, so that popped out. So this rat, okay, here's that lock too. That's interesting. Let's get a little bit more first before I tap in fully. There's something about the path that you are taking, okay? Finding the key to unlocking something, okay? And there's something here with the decision making you're trying to decide. So maybe you are trying to decide whether these people or this person or whatever, we're talking about this rat, this like rat energy, okay? Maybe you are trying to decide whether they are a rat or not, okay? I don't know, but maybe that's what this is. Once your decision is made, you're going to start seeing the results of the decision, okay? So there was talk about a rat trap, setting a trap for this rat, okay? They're coming off as if they are quite sneaky, And they're causing destruction that is very hard to see with the naked eye, is what I'm getting here with this like rat energy, because that's what rats do, right? They like live within your walls and they chew on wiring and they sneak into your cupboards at night and eat your food and shit all over the place. And like, but it's like under the cover, right? Under the cover of night mostly is when they're active, under the darkness. Okay. So I'm getting that there's something that is lingering within the darkness here, and you're taking notice of it, it seems, at least, thank goodness. But you're trying to come to a decision whether to take action against this rat, so to speak. And your crew and my crew are like getting together, and they are very loud about this, okay? So bear with me as I listen in here as well, because that's what I do here on Spirit and Sarai. I'm not just reading cards, I am listening to Spirit and trying to translate. So there is a big uproar right now going on about this in the astrals with your guides, okay? Somehow your guides met up with my guides and my guides brought this through. So here we are. That's how we got here, okay? I'm sorry. It just seems really, really like almost urgent. There's like an urgency to this, that something needs to be done, okay? That being said, let's see what else came out. We have patience, all right? And then we have, ooh, marriage. Okay. Interesting that this one says patience is key. Okay, we've got key listed here twice now. Commitment is the key and patience is the key, okay? So we might be speaking of something that's more 3D in the sense of a marriage, maybe. Someone sneaking around, I don't know. I'm not going to tap into it. I am just going to allow Spirit to speak and allow Spirit to say what needs to be said on this. Trust in the process and wait for things to unfold, okay? I feel like you're here right now. You've already been trusting the process, and the process has been showing you exactly who the rats are, all right? Just point blank, period. And you understand that really, really good outcomes from all of this does take time, okay? But it has a vibe, a feeling, okay, of time is running out in these regards. And that something does need to kind of be a catalyst to finally ridding yourself of this like rat energy, okay? If that makes sense. And this card also speaks about feeling restless. And that is the vibration that I am feeling in this, is that it's like an antsiness. It's like an angst. Like you're getting to the point right now where you really feel as if something really does need to be done. Okay, you're just not sure exactly how to go about it. And I feel like that's what the decision is, what this card is talking about, making a decision, committing yourself to it, and having patience for that decision to take hold and to bring an outcome through for you, if that makes sense. This one says, marriage is a blend of love, trust, and responsibility. Are you considering a deeper commitment? All right. Ensure you are ready for the responsibilities and challenges that it comes with. Okay. So taking this whole like marriage thing out of the equation, what this is speaking about is considering to make a deeper commitment. See, because we've got commitment out here. That was the first card and it shot out of the deck. So in this sense, it's almost as if it's a marriage of what you've been feeling and what is actually going on. It's like something is starting to really show itself to you at this time, okay? And you're struggling with the idea of it and what to do about it. It's almost as if you were waiting for like the other shoe to drop in this regard, to be sure that you need to take on the responsibility of setting the trap. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? And you understand that by setting this kind of trap, whatever the trap is, we'll get to that, I'm sure, that there's going to be challenges that arise, but they do not outweigh the challenges that you've already been facing with this rat energy in your life. That's what Spirit is saying right now, very definitively. That, like, the problems that this rat is causing right now are far worse than what the challenges are going to be by setting this trap. Spirit is saying that you can be like this dude in the picture here all day long, okay? And take a passive approach to this. But this kind of energy, whatever you're dealing with here, as far as the rat goes, it's something that's going to require a lot more action than just sitting and pondering it under a tree, like the Four of Cups. Sometimes Spirit is completely blunt, okay? I'm not going to apologize for it because this seems like a very heavy circumstance that this person is dealing with. And I feel as if your crew members are also very straightforward with you like that too. And this is how they get the ball rolling and get you in more of like a masculine, actionary, like wands energy, okay? I'm also getting the download about this lock here and how this rat trap is supposed to be meant to lock this rat inside of a cage, okay? I'm getting cage with this up here too. It's like, it's very cagey to me. And look, it even looks like you're sitting here and the cage is behind you, right? And you're finally able to achieve the peace that you want to achieve because that little rat is finally locked up in its cage where it belongs, okay? So there's definitely something with that. I'm just going to shuffle some tarot here while I am taking in more information. You see on this card where this kind of almost looks like a child standing behind this couple here. And it's like this child here has seen, like this couple's over here acting like all lovey-dovey, right? But this child over here, he's seen some shit, okay? He knows the real truth. He knows the real truth behind these people that are standing in front of him. That's the vibes that I'm getting. And maybe you are here. Maybe you are like an observer here. It's like observing like the true nature of these people, whoever these are to you. I went ahead and shuffled some tarot. I'm just going to pull right off the top and see if we can get a little bit more information. We're not doing reverses tonight. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. We have Ace of Swords. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Two of Cups. You can't see the Ace of Swords, can you? Fine. Let's put it like this then. Sorry. Sorry, you guys. It's a very edgy energy. Okay. That's better, I think. So this Ace of Swords here, at this position, no less, is that like aha moment. Okay? This is when you noticed, over here, you noticed something going on. You noticed the rat, okay? You noticed like the fakeness, you noticed the facade that was being put on, whether this is about a couple, whether this is about whatever it is. But that's what this Ace of Swords is representing. It's representing your aha moment about what is actually going on, about the truth of the matter, okay? And it gave you a giant new perspective on the situation that you are facing currently. And it's almost like an energy of, oh my gosh, I cannot believe, like I can believe because I saw it, but like I cannot believe the audacity of this person or these people. Like, it's that kind of vibe, okay? And I can't help but go there, especially because look at this. It's like the bones of this right here. Let me scoot this over so y'all can see the visuals of what I'm talking about here. Look at that. I'm gonna put them right next to each other. This is like the bones of what's in here, right? Look at there, even the embrace is the same. So I very well could be talking about a couple here, or like you witnessing, like your parents, or I don't know what the hell, but there's a rat, all right, under the facade of this like Two of Cups energy, okay, and the roses here are really like almost reminiscent of like blood flowing out of the bones, like bleeding until they are dry, okay? It's almost like the facade that we're talking about here is a happy home, but you see how like it looks like these people are crying. It's like they're embracing, they have like this beautiful house and like the picket fence and all the stuff, and yet they're like sobbing, okay? So it's like they're just completely faking their true like feelings, right? That's the vibes that I'm pulling through these two cards in particular, really. Like this is supposed to be like a romantic vibe, like till death do us part, that kind of thing. Balance, harmony, you know, a Two of Cups vibe. But that's what's really like being faked here. And perhaps I'm speaking to someone within the collective who is noticing something that's going on with the partner of theirs. Okay? They have come to an aha moment about a partner of theirs that's supposed to be, you know, Two of Cups, harmony, you know, lovers embracing one another, when really what it's doing is it's bleeding you dry. There might have been a point in time where you thought of marriage. You know? You thought of making that commitment. But it's like just in the nick of time. Just in the nick of time, you were able to find the light. To find that like sort of truth, right? Find that ace of truth that gave you the different perspective needed before this like drastic commitment happens. Okay? And you know the really effed up part here of what I'm feeling, especially observing your crew talking to my crew about it, it kind of feels as if this is like a twin flame thing gone wrong. And it's because of the actions of the partner. Twin flames can become very flammable and very explosive very fast. Especially with like this being the human like flesh form, and then it's within the bones as well, right? And it's like the other half of the twin flame is not willing to cooperate or something like that. And that happens, you know, that happens, I guess. I'm told through the grapevine. I'm not claiming to be an expert at all. But that seems to be what might be going on here. I mean, you found out some shit. You found out some shit. It flipped things upside down for you. And you are now in this energy of, oh, that freaking rat, okay? Rat trap. like trapping them in their own game, using their game against them in order to like uncover and unveil the little sneaky rat who's been going around under the cover of night and causing destruction. Okay? So whether that is really speaking of a couple mentality here or not, let's go ahead and see what this trap, so to speak, is going to entail, right? We've got the Seven of Wands. We've got the Five of Swords. I'm just going to kind of put these over here like this. How about that? Because I want 3 more out here for the answer to this question. Okay? Damn, now we have the Nine of Wands. All right, so now we're going to get into the root of the issue, the problem solving. Okay? Seven of Wands, Five of Swords, Nine of Wands. So clearly, with the Seven of Wands coming out here first and foremost after that question, okay, this is you rising to the occasion. This is you tapping into that energy that was spoken about at the top, where it said that this is going to require you to be fearless. This is you stepping up to the plate and becoming fearless. That's that energy right there, okay? Not only that, but that is you stepping up to this plate here that we're looking at and speaking the real truths. You're coming in here with this Ace of Swords, poised and ready to speak the truth about this little rat that has been causing all kinds of mayhem and destruction, okay? Also, recently, you may have succeeded greatly at doing something as well, with this Seven of Wands energy coming out. And after, a lot of the time, after a great success comes its own challenges, right? We have challenges out here at the top here, talking about the responsibilities and challenges that come with whatever it was, right? And so I feel as if you had a personal success recently, and then after this success happened in your life is when you started noticing this little rat energy, okay? Whoever it is. But this is letting you know to stand firm in this truth that you know you have, okay? First and foremost. This is how that trap, whatever we're talking about with trapping the rat, this is how it gets initiated. You standing firm in this truth. The second aspect of this is this Five of Swords. It's all about accepting defeat. Something here with whoever this rat energy is defeat, okay? That is the defeat. It is something that is like dead in the water. And so there's a certain amount of acceptance of this that needs to happen here in order for this like quote unquote trap to be set successfully, okay? Acceptance. Acceptance of the loss, all right? And understanding that by not standing in the truth and standing guard and protecting your own successes in life, that this is like a toxic ass energy to try and keep afloat, is what I'm hearing. It also invites you to take an observation of your surrounding circumstance and to weigh out the good and the bad of each of these situations, okay? Whether you do set the trap, whether you don't set the trap, right? That's kind of what this commitment card was also talking about here with making the decision. Perhaps you need to straight up get a journal and write down pros and cons, okay? And this will help create a roadmap to eliminating the pest. And lastly here, we have this Nine of Wands. It's all about the perseverance from here on out, okay? After weighing the odds, after choosing to accept the defeat of whatever this relationship is with this rat energy, okay? Standing in your truth and standing with stamina and perseverance. That's what this Nine of Wands is bringing to the table for the setting of the trap and to the solution of the rat problem, okay? This is also representative of some pretty hard-won wisdom. You went through a lot of shit for this wisdom that came through to you, okay? Especially after having such a success in your life, it is actually saving you from more trouble later on, from more destruction later on, okay? That is what my crew is saying, and your crew are both in agreement on that. They are also commending you for what you went through in order to gain this knowledge of this person, okay? And there is strength in that. It's like being forged under the fire, so to speak, okay? Yes, it's going to cause some battle scars. Yes, it's going to call you to be very protective of your energy for a little bit as well. Is what I'm picking up from this Nine of Wands as well. But all in all, with these coming out here to let you know how to further handle this situation, the solution here is going to be trusting the urge to stand tall in this Ace of Swords energy, relying on the experience that you gained up until the point where your perspective about whoever this reading is about, whoever this rat energy is, appreciating the perspective that was brought to you, because it is always, everything happens for a reason, right? And so this is a calling to embrace that. Embrace the perspective change that you gained out of all of this. Stay strong, stand poised, have perseverance, express your stamina, and just know that your spirit is much stronger than what is going on in this 3D BS situation that you are currently facing, okay? You are stronger than any challenge. And by doing this, okay, you're going to be able to withstand this energy that you were dealing with. And the more I'm looking at this Five of Swords, the more it's like this rat has multiple faces, okay? And you know this. They're like 2, 3, 4-faced, okay? You know how people say she's two-faced or he's two-faced? No, this one's got like multiple layers to them, okay? But by standing in this truth so strongly, like you're doing, you're able to see the many different faces, right? So really, what it all boils down to is you coming to a decision, standing firmly on the decision, staying committed to it, and keeping yourself protected. Just for shits and giggles before I end this one, Spirit, what is going to be the overall outcome here? And we have the beautiful Nine of Pentacles. Okay? So be fearless about the situation that you're in right now, because you are moving towards this Nine of Pentacles energy. Okay? There is nothing to fear but fear itself, is what I heard Spirit say just now. And in turn, this is kind of locking in your own personal abundance, your own personal satisfaction, okay? And self-sufficiency. That's what this Nine of Pentacles energy is bringing in for you. The outcome of this situation that you are facing right now. Very hard-earned success. Yes, this experience is hard. Yes, you've seen some shit. Yes, you have a lot of hard-earned wisdom and hard-earned successes. And this is going to be another one. Another one. All right? Another one. You're looking at freedom here. Relief from this rat energy that you're dealing with currently. You're looking at achieving your own satisfaction of success, okay? And also being able to enjoy fully the fruits of all the labor that you have put in. So that's what you have to look forward to once this is all done and said. And with that, I am feeling the energies lift. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this very fiery reading here. Wow. We can all just take a breath now, okay? Just all take a breath. Everything is always working out. Always. Remember that. Until next time, I love you. Peace.